together very well, so we're going to delay that to the next time. Elections. All right, and then, so the next one's page 34, which is capital outlay. I don't think I have a list in here. Got fun stuff that we need to fix and repair and do. And if we, and probably after the discussion about the building, we probably would be better off to just include that in this capital outlay for the dispatch building, rather than trying to do it through park money. Because, you know, we'll submit it one way or the other on that. So we'll work on getting a figure for that. So let's look at page 35. That is health and welfare. And that part-time is the due transfer station. Is that right? No, is that right? Yeah. 631 is county services, and that's Steve, Richard, and Leonard. And so this is due. Yes, because we did move solid waste over into that too, so. Okay.
So we're on 36 now?
I'm still on 35.
35. The only thing that went up was the cost of solid waste disposal.
Yeah, he's already spent all this money.
That's what he had to.
He said, yeah.
We're in the transfer.
Fine fuel.
Yes.
There's a pound for tires.
I said, remember that?
I mean,
Oh, yeah, we picked a bunch of truck tires.
they won't fit this building in it. But they're not free.
Anything on page 35 then? All right, the next one, page 36, is county services. And there again, that's Steve, Richard, part of Richard's salary. All right. And then the part-time is Leonard. We probably need to increase the part-time.
Which one is, our veterans? Oh, I'm sorry, it's before.
Well, we had 53 budget.
Well, we moved some people around.
That's not bad.
Because we had 53, and if you look up at the salary, we had 12, but now we have 32 instead of the 12, so we kind of moved it around a little
It's
bit.
still $11,000 cheaper than this coming year than it was last year, but
But we need to increase part-time, is what I'm saying.
how much?
Let's see. Let me mark this. Look at 6. On 631, all right, that 32,000 is a half of Steve's salary, and then the environmental part of Richard's salary. But we need, like we said, I think we need to increase the part-time. Especially since now he has 12 floodplain administrator too. Happy days for that.
I say you got 11 cents to play with.
Well, I'll try that 29 by.
How many part-time educators? This is maximum 29 hours.
Maximum. Unless it's a little bridge,
It's three. So,
22,620.
Yeah, 22.6. 22.6 for 29-hour week in 15.
2250.
That's in 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
22,600.
Big 12.
And like I said, we're still 11,000 under budget.
From last year.
Right, so we could move that to 22.6 and we're still under budget.
22.6 in there. And then we'll see. Okay.
I know we're not talking about overtime, we're talking about different stuff.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I know we're not talking about overtime, we're talking about the different departments and all that, but I'd like to see the sheriff's office, part-time positions, the courthouse, that part-time courthouse guy, which I've never been able to hire, and even Leonard, be at the $15 an hour. I'm just saying that, you know, they're doing what the rest of us are doing, but they're not getting the benefits or all the other stuff. So I'd like to see those part-time positions go to 15 if possible.
Okay. Of course,
If it wasn't
if
for
we
my
do,
chief-
if we make it all 15, you know that would be then people, like if you got somebody in your office making copies and that kind of thing.
I'm saying for my office, like I got 2 dispatchers that we would be in so much trouble right now if we didn't have them as our part-time people willing to come in and do that, because we just haven't been able to hire, you know, people.
We'll talk about that. Part-time or the sheriff's office and the county services.
Yeah, I don't have any part-time that just comes in and does stuff like that. They're coming in and doing what my full-time does. So when they can, when they can help.
So,
Page 37, yes. All right, indigent healthcare, we got 30,000. Do you have, how many people do you have, Jeannie, on indigent healthcare right now?
Right now, I don't have any because the person I had just went off. But I did have one on there, but he just went off. Throughout the year, I think I've had 2 so far this year.
I think we can leave it at that 30,000. I know it's one person can get up to 30,000, but I don't think we've ever reached that really.
One time, we had a person that went to MD Anderson.
Indigent healthcare inmates. We're already at 127,000, and that's probably 8 months worth at the most. I think those other ones finally left, didn't they?
We've had, I'm not sure which ones have left, but I know we've had 5 people the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
They did two, they get 200.
Well, and that's a big raise over what we had before. If we don't spend it, that's fine, but mercy, goodness.
And Judge Grant, just for information on that, since we're not doing the 100 form, if we're not getting that form, we cannot claim them. They can get the indigent rate, but we cannot claim them against our numbers. So, just so you know, those aren't being claimed against the numbers, the inmates.
And
If
that,
we ever reach those numbers.
I'm sorry, what?
If and when we ever reach those numbers.
Yes, we don't reach those numbers, but on the reporting that I send in, I cannot add those to the report.
So we never will get to that. I mean, there's no way we could because she can't report those numbers. Because we would have to have the forms on every single person. So,
That has that.
How long is the form? Is it?
It's not a long form, I mean, it's like a, what,
Yeah, it's-
1 pager, 2 pager?
It's not much.
Is it information that we're putting on that form that we've already got in the system anyway?
So basically what happens is they would have to, when an inmate goes for medical, they would have to fill out that form, and it just asks, their information, some financial, whether they have insurance of any kind, because indigent is a payer of last resort, so, it asks those kind of questions, and then they sign off on it.
And then if she needs it, then she'll have it.
Yeah.
Would that be done at the jail
Yes, we do it at the
when
jail.
they go?
We can do it at the jail, yes.
But doing that on, so that's on a person by person, inmate by inmate basis.
Yes.
And a collection of those would create enough numbers that we would start getting some reimbursement.
No,
We've never reached that before, so I'm gonna say that probably not, because I think our number is like up in the,
it's a
So
certain
that-
percentage of our general
I'm
fund
not even
budget.
sure we already came
Oh,
up with
that's
that.
the-
I wanna say it's somewhere around
Okay.
600,000,
Yeah.
somewhere around in there. is
Yeah.
the
So
number.
that's
Or
not-
800.
We're not really gonna save money or get money back for it. It's not something that we would wanna stress on trying to get done. It's the things that would save us money that we're stressing on trying to get done.
So I just wanted to let y'all know
Yeah.
that we, if those wanted to go back into care of prisoners, or if you wanna keep them there, or wherever you want.
So it might be easier to move those back into care of prisoners if we're not going to use those. That way, when we're figuring the inmate per day, we have 2 budgets to go to instead of 3.
So you move this 632,
The,
everything here.
just the healthcare inmates back to care of prisoners medical where it used to be. On 575, Department 575.
And if we ever do start getting close, then we can always change it back to do whatever we need to do.
But just makes the, care of prisoners, because we just have the jail budget and we have the care of prisoners.
All right, why did we originally set this indigent health care
Because
department up?
they were gonna do that. We were gonna do that.
And they said it has to do that, to claim on that, to fill out that 100 form, and it has to come out of a care of prisoner, indigent budget.
But right now, whenever you get, those bills for medical, you pay those at the indigent rate,
Yes.
and they don't have to be on a certain line.
No, they can be in our care of prisoners if we're not going to try to turn the numbers
But we're
in.
not reaching that, what'd you say it was, $600,000 threshold or whatever? We're
I don't
not
have that
coming
number in
close.
front of me, but it's something else.
Yeah.
It's just that if we were gonna claim that, it had to be in a certain department by itself.
All right, look at the next page, 38, courthouse.
I'd like to see 645, 356.
Do what now, 645,
640
640-356.
dash 356.
356,
That 15,000,
yes.
I'd like to see that raised enough to get that storeroom down here walled up. You get Jeremy to, whoever hires to put the cameras in it, so we can clean this out over here. The second floor up here.
I think most of it's gone, isn't it, Jerry?
Yeah, we've been figuring it out. Yeah.
But I'm talking about this building, this building is not complete.
Yeah,
This
the building down there is not complete, we can't use the evidence, cage until we've got it, that wall on the bottom, which it can be plywood, you know, which is expensive to take right now, but, and then gotta have camera system to use that portion of the building.
All right, how much do you think that will
I have
cost?
no
I'll
idea.
put it in there and
I have
maybe,
no idea, I had one guy come, was gonna come look, he never showed up. DJ looked at the gate. DJ Carter?
No,
No. You know
no,
Carter?
the welding, I mean, the welding won't take it higher. It's,
Yeah,
so on this plywood deal, that's part of what's on the list from March 31st.
Oh, yes, I got it on
yeah,
there.
he's got it on his list. With the money,
let me see what it.
that building, I guess it's tied to the courthouse funds. For some reason.
Are we still gonna try to
With this.
move the
elections
election
there.
administrator in the remaining part of that
No, they're
building?
gonna build a new building.
Okay, so on the
If we can
dispatch
use
thing,
that other, I think she ought to be in the same building with the voting machines, all under one roof.
Okay.
Maybe one be on one end, one be on the other,
Be
but
fine.
we're gonna have to change that gate, the entrance for the public to go
And put a
get their voter
sign.
IDs right.
They
But
were coming
but it's
off
been needing to
as-
change anyway, the
Yeah.
drainage is,
Mhm.
I mean, it's not even good at the advocacy center right now. I mean, we need to bring that up a little bit.
no, we
Go
could,
over down.
we could move that gate to where the only time you have to go through the gate is when you're going right into the advocacy
You
center.
can just move it right on down at the end of the building,
Yeah.
so the public wouldn't have a gate to go through.
I'm just saying we need to finish the building. Whoever gets in there.
Are you gonna keep your equipment though in the back? Or are you just moving?
No,
Cause you're gonna need that gate to keep people from getting to your stuff, right? Your
that's what I
equipment.
mean, if we just move that gate back to where it was, where, say, where the advocacy center starts at.
Right.
All right,
So
could-
that there's a
back
parking
across.
area right off of the street. And like I said, if we move the car down, then you've got a straight shot and not that come in and dog leg
Right.
again.
have you looked at that though? I was gonna go look at it. The way that water comes in there, the city wouldn't let us move it down. But we could, like when you go in the gate now, and you turn to go over there, and the building's right here, we could put the fence right over here. And then for the advocacy center,
Mhm.
was that, and then you could still go into the same place and just go through that or go straight down to the voter people.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna have to move the gate though, for
This, the gate coming in, move it over to where it's,
yeah, right where the advocacy center starts.
yes.
Yes.
Does the advocacy center have to be behind gates? If
They want
not,
it to
put
be.
it behind it.
They want it to be for some reason. Isn't that right? We'll talk about that.
I don't know, I thought we just
That's
had
the
a
reason-
gate.
that's
I thought
the
we had a gate just for the commissioner
For
stuff
commissioner.
back there. I don't know.
I thought it was just for records, because the only time we use it is on,
I thought it was for you. That's what, cause all your equipment back there. I just thought it
Would
was always for you.
25,000 do it, do you think?
Yeah.
Sure.
well, I don't even have a fence that is.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that
I
25,000
didn't know why it was there.
If he's the only one that don't.
in capital outlay
Yeah.
instead of back there.
Everybody wants it. Okay, where is it
You
on
got,
there?
you got one night left?
I've forgotten now.
625.90.
Numbers.
625.90.
Right here. Capital outlay, okay, right here. 620, I'm gonna put that in 620.
Hmm? 645.90?
No, 640 is courthouse, 620.
Oh, okay, okay.
If we were going to finish out that building, we could kill two birds with one stone. We could wall off for the election administrator, get the evidence room where it's usable, get the cameras in it, do it all at one time, and we could have it done before budget. We've got money,
We do, we could get it done right now.
and it could be done before this budget ever takes effect.
All Are you going to get someone to do that?
It's Andy's
You're
building.
going to get someone to do
I'm
that.
not gonna guarantee anything, but I'm not gonna, that's the cameraman right there, security,
Well, I've already turned in bids for the
Yeah.
camera.
yeah.
Yes, he had just brought me a list of the cameras. Okay, we'll get those, and let's get that done before the end of September.
Sorry.
Andy, you'll need to
He
get.
said
one.
it was like-
need to start
Everything at least ordered and
I just
paid
got
for.
bids, I just got the cover, you know, you're getting a new roof over the playpen out there.
Red door.
Direct door.
Playpen.
I put the roof on the jail, I made a call on that.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll find somebody.
Uh,
Perfect.
I thought you was gonna get Fred Carter bid.
I had him, but he's
He's too busy.
busy.
All right,
I'll ask around and see, but I don't know anybody.
thank you.
I'll ask her.
Page 38, courthouse. Now, that building maintenance, that's just repairs. I think probably it would be better for us to do it in that capital outlay. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, for our Miss Auditor over there. Okay. Anything else on 38?
How much you gonna put in capital outlay?
We did.
25,000.
45.
All right. The next one is the jail.
Before you go to that, on the courthouse, what are those two rooms that used to be the DA's office on the third floor? What are we gonna do with those rooms?
Which two offices?
On the third floor, right outside the courtroom, they've got just lumber and junk in them now, but they're two vacant offices. And then my office, the fourth floor, needs a lot of repairs
Okay.
done on it.
Well,
I don't know if
I was
y'all need to come
hoping that
look, I know they've got pictures and stuff.
we would get that
Okay.
restoration project going. We do have our
Okay.
master plan done yet. Now,
Okay.
so that we would redo the rest of the inside, but
Well, I know there's two vacant offices down there where the DA's office, but there, you couldn't move anything in there, but there no offices or
if
anything.
we could just find someone to come and work.
Come and work and do it. Okay, I just wondered kind of where we were on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. All right, let's go on to page 39, the jail. The double oven, approximately 8,000.
Is that in equipment, furniture? I think.
Where do you order that from?
I don't know where she looked it up or,
All right.
she just told me that a commercial, about a commercial grade like what we have would be about 8,000.
How old is that, since the beginning of time?
Yeah, and I don't even think the county paid for that one. I think it was, a lot of the stuff that was in our kitchen were like things that we just kind of got. So I don't know how old that, or where it even came from. But I think I was told years ago that that was basically somebody gave us that anyway, so.
Is it oven?
Double oven.
Do we have one of those in senior services?
I think we do.
So maybe we can find out from them where they got theirs.
We'll find one. We'll find one. Okay.
It's all getting full. It's all that stuff that we put in the house and find on. It's all from work. He's got it right there, or he'll know where to get it.
Oh, mine, wake up. School, you straight wake up. And I bought mine, where to get it.
Any questions on that?
Just the only other thing, because I had to pick up my daughter, the only other thing I'd like to mention is, I know on our raises, I think we were talking about the $2,080 was gonna be considered the actual raise, correct? I'd like to see that go on my starting salaries. What
Wait,
sheriff's
say that
office.
again. I couldn't hear
The
that.
raises that we got, the $2,080, I'd like to see that go on my starting salaries.
How many do you have
Something
open
on
right
the
now?
pay scale.
How many positions? Yeah, on my starting salary on my pay scale. I have at least one dispatcher. I believe I have 3 or 4 jailers, and I have a deputy position now. Don't lose deputies too often, but.
What was, dispatcher, I mean,
One.
one dispatch and then 2 jailers?
No, 3 or 4 jailers.
I only have one.
What about
doing
investigators?
that I don't know about yet.
Yeah, so 2, yeah, I've got 2 right now, because one's in the military, so it doesn't mean no good to fill him anyway, but.
2 jailers? What about investigators? Get any vacancies there?
Well, that's one of my deputies that's left. Yeah. Yeah, went next door for more money after he'd been in for years and years.
And we're just gonna kind of fly through the rest of these, and we'll have to talk about them at our next meeting. All right, that's the jail, veterans officer, child advocacy center, non-departmental, let's look at that one, on page 42, real quick. And you can be thinking about it for our next deal. We need to talk about the Streetman Historical. CASA has asked for $15,000. The museum, they just brought their stuff in, and I'll get you a copy of that. They are wanting to build a few things and build a new building, a 40 by 30, and the total is $77,000. They're asking us to contribute $20,000 for this year. I'll get the copies of this to you. The Tig Historical, the Veterans Park, and so we'll have to come back and talk about those at the next one. Let's see what's next. Central Appraisal District gave us a figure that could change. Then the ambulances, we need to talk about that. They did have some other requests other than ambulances for this time. And then, do you want to say anything about that real quick, or you want to wait till we come back?
We come back, but we are going to ask, last year we asked for $150,000, this year we're going to ask for the same amount. I know that's not what we got in the past.
Okay.
But that was aside from the other equipment that we asked for, at least from us, that equipment was for ARPA funds, in addition to the ambulance that we requested.
All right, well, I'm sorry we took longer than we had anticipated, but we'll start next time on these that we haven't gone through pretty good. And so our next meeting, I think, is Tuesday, next Tuesday. And then we'll, be redoing some things after that, so I think it's lunchtime.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, told enough, it's good to eat, my gosh. All right. Anything further from anyone? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor,